Welcome to Caching in the Northwest. You know, this is the official podcast of GeoWoodstock 18 right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Each week, we're going to talk about caches and cachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're binge watching 1980 sci-fi reruns, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
Well, and of course, that means it's time to bring in our book writing baboon. Some say he has more energy than a nuclear reactor, and others say he is authentic and mostly hygienic. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
He ain't heavy water. He's my brother. Yeah, there you go. Good to be here with you guys, with my friends, hanging out and chatting about tools, and you know, it's going to be a fun show. It's always a fun show, and making it even more fun show, we of course have everybody joining us in our live chat. Hello, everybody.
It's already busy in there.
It's already, yeah.
Hello, chatting people.
You guys are fun. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to be here. It's a good evening to be here. And yeah, we're going to talk about tools of the trade tonight. So we'll be looking forward to feedback from our live audience here on your thoughts as we go through some things. But before we get into any of that, it is, of course, time to remind everybody that we do appreciate the support of our patrons who help to keep this podcast coming in each and every week. And a special thanks to Landsharks, our corporate Denali level sponsor. Landsharks wants to say a huge thank you to those of you who continue to support them by placing orders for planning your caches, solving puzzles, or sorting your geocoin collection. Well, whatever you're up to, you'll get an extra 15% off most items with the code SHARKS15, that's with a Z. Deadline to use the code is April 30th.
Nice.
So, there you go. So if you want to know more about supporting the show, make sure to click that Patreon link on the cachingnw.com, a website.
Land Monkey?
Yo.
I don't appreciate you constantly calling us tools.
Well, get used to it, buddy. It's just the warm-up so far.
Oh, folks, we appreciate you. You know, I have received multiple communications this week that people are so looking forward to this show. Not because of the content, but because of all you guys. You get together. We're friends getting together, and you know the chat shows that you guys are chatting it up already. Thank you so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. And you know what? We also appreciate good geocaching logs. Yes, it's time for the glow, or the geocaching log of the week. Whether you read it or whether you wrote it or read it again, we want to hear about it, because great logs simply make geocaching better. Send an email or perhaps a field recording, if you're allowed to go outside, to feedback@cachingnw.com. Call into 253-693-TFTC, or use the voicemail tool on our website and show us how you, yes, you, right there, you glow.
That's right. Well, this week's glow is from A. Hollies, who found Moon Man. That's GC53ZR0, don't you know? Let's see how this glow goes. It says, our family, that's CLB Rocker, A. Hollies, or A. Holly S, EKB13, and Mrs. Wigglesworth, is on a quest for the 366 streak. This is filling in that, and we're trying for numbers to get to 2,000 finds for this year. I'm so glad we're allowed to get out and exercise during this pandemic. It might be turning into a geocaching staycation. I'm hoping to get this park done sooner than later. The rainy weather is not making this easy. We all donned our rain boots to make this less wet than our last visit. When we arrived, we had the place to ourselves. It was easy to keep our social distance. We headed off tromping through the boot-sucking mud and small ponds that pass for puddles here. Having worn the right boots this visit, we made much better time to ground zero. Mrs. Wigglesworth only landed face down in the mud once on the way in. We read the last few logs, walked a circle around ground zero at the 30-foot mark. We looked and looked. EKB 13 informed me that you don't have to find every cache in the universe. I disagree. We also had a discussion about how caches are only on Earth and how global positioning worked. EKB 13 was not amused. After a while, everyone wanted to give up. Then I finally spotted it. I yelled. CLB Rocker inquired, where? And no way. It was very much like finding the last cache in this park. It took two of us to retrieve the cache. Once in hand, EKB 13 and Mrs. Wigglesworth pitched in, of course. Mostly because I told them if one of them found it, they'd get a nutty bar. I found that booger and I claim that nutty bar. Oh, there you go.
Is a nutty bar a tool of the trade? Because
that it's a
I think it ought to be.
Tool. Yeah.
Yeah. Motivational. It's like this, like the proverbial carrot on a stick.
Yes. Except it's the nutty bar
Yeah.
on a stick. Maybe.
Maybe or maybe not on a stick. On a stick.
Oh, thank you, Hollies. That was fun.
That was fun. Well written.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about quality logs on geocaches. It would be fun to receive a log like that on my geocaches.
Yeah.
As opposed to found it.
TFTC.
Yeah, exactly. Right on.
Hey, folks, if you want to be included in tonight's chat, use the hashtag TOT, as in maybe tater, but with two T's. You decide where to put the two T's.
Well, one before and after the A for tater.
Oh, maybe three T's then.
Okay.
And of course, you can use the hashtag FATAS to bring up a topic in the after show. I don't say it quite like Wits End does.
That was a little underwhelming.
And he doesn't even move his lips. I don't know how he does it.
That's right. Can he drink a glass of water and do that?
Hang on. The after show.
Golf clap. All right. Well done. Well done.
Round of snaps.
Round of snaps. You have been binge watching TV, haven't you?
Oh, too funny. Too funny.
Yeah, welcome to Caching in Northwest, where the points don't matter.
That's exactly right.
And the topics are made up.
They are. They are. And speaking of made up topics, we're going to start talking about what kinds of tools of the trade we take out when we take out with us when we go geocaching. And we'll also talk a little bit about what you guys think are good tools of the trade to bring. And what else? Yeah, well, and we're just generally curious what you guys are up to these days. But why don't you, if you're going to just share general updates, make sure you use the hashtag FATAS on that, and hashtag TOT on anything that we're going to talk about during the content of the show.
I mean, we've got a lot going on already in the chat for hashtag TOT. Luckily, we have a chat lackey.
We do. Yes, and he's monitoring you guys right now and keeping on top of things and doing his chat lackey thing. We love him.
We love the chat lackey.
He's waving in the chat room.
Hey, chat lackey. We're gonna wave at
golf
him.
clap.
Hey, chat lackey.
Snaps.
There you go. He's waving back. You can't see him, but he's waving back
for the chat lackey. Well, guys, what are some of the TOTs that you carry? Now I know I've got a list here, and I'm sure our wonderful cachers who are joining us have listed everything I've got already.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Well, what about a hiking stick? It's one of the first things I carry, or use it to poke into places because there are places you don't want to put your hands.
Yeah, that's true. Gloves are a good TOT.
Oh, gloves are a good one. Yeah.
Especially nowadays, but anytime, because
right.
we live we live in the Northwest, and sometimes things are yucky.
Yeah, sometimes they're moist, and they're moister than they need to be.
Yeah.
Moist and slimy. That's the way we like our logs. Yeah.
Really?
No, not really. I have seen a variety of chat about poke it with a stick. There you go.
Mhm.
I've seen a variety of chat about these things, about tweezers already.
Mm.
Tweezers come in all. There we go. There's my tweezers. These are the ones that I carry in my kit. They're about, I don't know, 15 centimeters long. Decent length on them, and they're probably longer than that. I'm very poor at judging.
Well, somebody in the chat said already they have a set of 30 centimeter tweezers.
I think that was Dora Moore earlier. I know she has a long set of tweezers she carries with her.
You're exactly right. I won't be able to go back and find it.
Okay,
now.
it's pretty far back. But I guess where I was going to go with that is that they do come in all shapes and sizes. And they are very handy for such a variety of things, including extracting logs from micros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because here's my key ring that I carry, my daily carry. And
Yeah.
on there is one of the best pairs of tweezers that I've ever had. They stay on my keys and they just pop out of their little holder. So they're not as large as the ones you carry, but I have pulled many a log out of a bison tube with these. They're very handy and they're always on my keys. Right next to my other favorite tool on the keys is this Inca pen. I don't even think they make this model anymore, but you can pull it out and write with it as a short model, or if you unscrew the barrel and screw it together, it makes a full size, actually a very comfortable pen.
Well, that's
So
neat.
It's
I've never
it's
seen
really it's really handy. That and this little pry bar. So I have on my keys. I have a couple.
Now
I have more tools on my key ring than keys.
I was going to say, can you get on a plane with that key ring?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I once or twice I thought I was going to lose because this that looks like a key is actually a knife. It's got a little tiny screwdriver, a little tiny thing there, but it actually is a serrated knife and it's fairly sharp. Oh, and of course you can open a beer, which is important. But it looks like a key and it's always just kind of clipped to my keys there. And I forgot about it one time. And this was back a while back when you could go out to the gate and see people away. So
you could still smoke on the flight.
I don't know about that, but when you would walk up, you would usually just set your keys and your phone in a little bowl, and they'd hand it there. And I tossed the keys, and I looked, and I saw that. Oh, I'm going to lose that. And he just picked it up and looked at it and handed them on. So I don't recommend that, but I have fun with it without. So
there you go. And Geo Travelers has the same multi-tool.
Yeah, it's a good one. The Utila Key from Swiss Tech.
Nice. Very, very cool. So yeah, lots of chat about tweezers. Helen's saying that they actually carry a set with 2 different styles of tweezers.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. GeoNav Pros agrees. Need them tweezers. Keats. Very smart place to have it.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's handy.
Very cool. Very cool. And Jim, so here you go. Coon and Bud wants to know where you got all that stuff.
Various places. The pen was a Christmas gift, and like I said, I've seen it's an Inca, Inka, and I have seen online. You can Google Inca pen, and they've changed the style somewhat. They don't make this exact style anymore, and some of the reviews I've read lead me to believe that it's not as high quality as this one. This one's have had it for several years. The little crowbar, the little tweezers and everything I got on a website called countycom.com, countycom.com. How's that for repetitive? They have all kinds of little keychain gadgets, doodads, and including this is also, it's a clip that because you throw your keys in your pocket and they go all the way to your pocket and they crumple up down there and you can't get them out. With this, I clip to the edge of my pocket so the keys always hang.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what the purpose of that was.
Yeah, it's a strong clip. It's titanium, And it also has a beer opener hook at the bottom. 'Cause you can never have too many beer openers.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And truth be told, on this particular one, I took it to the bench grinder and ground the beer opener clip off because it was always getting snagged in my pocket. Because I have the other tool to open beer with, But
yeah.
For all the beers you drink.
Yeah.
While you're out and about. My key, I prefer keys not bunching up in the bottom of your pocket, especially if you're wearing, nicer pants.
Yeah.
You wear a hole down there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. If I'm wearing a pair of more dressy slacks, this will actually use to clip over the waistband of my pants right behind the belt, so the keys hang, right at the top of the pocket where I can get to them.
Mm-hmm. I use a carabiner. It's not as fancy.
Yeah. This is a little slimmer than that, but
nice. All right. Well,
okay.
That's Jim's everyday carry and tweezers covered.
Yeah. And on the other side is the flashlight. So that's pretty much my everyday carry, is that
portable
flashlight.
Yeah.
So
what brand is that portable flashlight? Your portable
this
sun?
is O-Light.
Oh, light.
Yeah. The tail cap reads O-Light World. That you probably can't read on there, but it does. olightworld.com. This is the S20 baton.
And what kind of battery does that use?
This one uses an 18650.
Okay.
But O-Light does make AA cell and different things.
18650s have become popular.
They really have. Yeah, I have a charger here that actually sitting right here on my desk that from O-Light that charges two 18650 cells that I keep handy.
Nice. Yeah, my flashlight uses the 18650 as well. It's a fantastic battery.
It lasts a long time.
Popular. Yes, lasts a very long time.
Yeah, I like the AA or the AAA flashlights, but 18650 lasts so much longer than a AA battery.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely.
Monkey Cake says, my sons, B Pendragon is tall enough to reach things I can't, and Decashinator will climb anything.
There you go.
There's some good tots. They're not really tots anymore, though, are they?
I guess not. And Highlands guy, Bob, is useful for climbing scary trees.
Yeah, Chris has used me for climbing scary trees too.
Yes.
It's always good to have one of those.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a natural monkey boy.
Oh, there's worse things to be.
No. Do neither of you carry a compass?
I do.
Or do you just use your phone or GPS?
No, I carry a compass. I think this is, and now we're kind of slipping into the essentials. Take the essentials, but as opposed to a tot. I don't know. Well, here's a good question. Where do you draw the line between hiking essentials and tots? I mean, I guess really you should kind of consider them the same. I was thinking tots more sort of from a purist perspective of things you specifically just would use to access and open and retrieve the log and sign the log for a geocache.
Well, what about an offset cache, right? That you have to go somewhere, take a compass reading.
That's true, but I almost always do that with my GPS.
Okay.
So,
GeoNav Pros has an extendable magnet.
Yes,
yep.
Those are good to have. I got one of those also.
Also an extendable pocket mirror.
Yep.
So you can see what's inside your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. How else are you supposed to look inside your pocket without one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
What about micro needle nose pliers or just a small pair of needle nose pliers?
Well, I almost always, unless I'm flying, have Leatherman Wave on my hip. They are, I guess you could consider them needle nose. They are fairly tapered point pliers, but so also works as a grabbing device, and I see the next listed there.
Yeah.
Yes, grabbing device.
Yeah.
A pick set, a lock pick set.
Oh, that's an unusual tot.
Well, I mean, down here in the Washington area, there was a series of lock pick caches.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they became a thing I've tossed in my bag.
What about just a big hammer instead?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was saying a small chainsaw grinder, because those gates are
angle grinder.
Get away when they don't need to be.
Yeah, I suppose. Not endorsed officially by the show, but you do
Oh.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, I nearly got stuck on the wrong side of a gate once.
Mm.
Trexer Zero says a telescoping ladder.
I have one of those.
Should I make the plunge into procuring one? What's a good length?
Mine I think is 12 foot, and if you go much larger than a 12 foot on a telescoping ladder, they start to get pretty heavy.
Mm.
If you're going to keep it in your car and such. So,
Mhm.
and besides, I mean, how tall do you really need? Usually, I usually use to just get started on a tree climber if there's no low branches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because sometimes it happens. Someone will hide a cache as a tree climber cache, and then the arborists come by about a year later and cut off the lower branches.
Yeah. I don't know how tall you really need one, but if yours is 12, then I need one at least 14 just to outdo you.
There you go.
Or just to keep up with you.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
that.
Rock Chalk keeps a telescoping ladder in his car as well. That's actually who I got the idea from.
Yeah, I just covet your ladders, so
It's pretty handy. It is really handy to have that. So
yeah.
they're a little pricey, but it's definitely, I don't know, I find it's worth it. And it's not just for geocaching. Like, it's super handy to have at home as well, right? Because it packs away nice and small. And you need to get up on the roof.
Yeah.
You're putting up Christmas lights, whatever it is you're doing. Yeah,
Bigger
well,
is better.
I'm not going to argue that.
As the Geo Travelers.
Yeah, I have a little giant ladder for around the house and on the roof here, and it folds up fairly compactly, but not so compactly that I could throw it in the trunk of my car and take
Keep
it
it there.
caching with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So there
You
go.
could, you just wouldn't be able to put anything else in the trunk of your car.
Right.
There you go. Yep. And Stark Casher is saying he's got a 15-foot collapsing ladder, and it's a little bit heavy. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't go much taller than a 12. I would say the 12 is probably right in the sweet spot. What you want. Gives you enough height, and it's not getting too heavy to carry around. All right.
Nice. Hey, Marcus asks, would a vegetable peeler be considered a tater tot?
Yes,
course.
it would.
Yeah.
No question.
Um,
And bump, by the way.
yeah, yeah, he wins on that one. GeoNav Pros, I hope this is well known, but he says he's known for his ice pick.
Does he also carry a
I don't know where he's going with that.
And and a shovel? I know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's a handy tool to have. It's a little different, but I've seen him put it to good use in the wintertime when caches are frozen into place and such.
Mhm.
So, I was thinking he used it with some olives and a martini shaker and things
yeah.
like that.
No.
Yeah, that's a different type of ice pick. Yeah.
Okay.
His is more like the climber's ice pick.
Ah.
There you
go. GSM times 2 says Queen Bee 37 carries a 2-iron with him at all times. It's very useful for poking at snakes and such.
There you go. I know of another cacher who carries. It's you guys know somebody who carries a.
Yeah, I was gonna say Buddy and Kitsy Meow.
That's who it is.
We went caching with them, and they come walking out with this. It's a putter, I think. No, a sand wedge. I don't know. I'm not a golfer, so I just know it's a long handle with a thing on the end. But we asked him, "What the heck is this?" He goes, one of the first times we were out caching, we found it laying on the side of the trail, and we picked it up to, clean up the trail and whatnot. But we found it's really useful to poke under bushes and listen for that Tupperware thump sound and stuff. So at my birthday party, they named theirs Clubby. They drew a face on the
Clubby.
Yes, Clubby. And at my birthday party, they gave me one, and it's in the trunk of my car. And I've taken it caching. Actually, not too long ago, Chris and I went out caching, and I took Clubby down the trail with me and poked under bushes and whatnot. I need to get like a little mirror attachment to look under benches and things with it or something.
They got me as one as well. I believe mine is a 9-iron.
Yeah. Okay.
But they were at a garage sale and they're like, "Ooh, Clubby."
Clubby's cousins.
Yeah. And they drew a smiley face on the club.
That's too cute. I love
Sharpie.
it.
So yeah, Clubby
So
is in the trunk
Clubby.
of my car.
Yeah.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, having a you don't want a wood, right? That's a little
Right.
too bulky, but having one of the irons is really quite useful. Carlos asks, are garden shears considered a tot?
Ah, that's a good question. I think they can be a very helpful tool of the trade for sure. It's a good way to get through some blackberries or such. And usually in the Pacific Northwest, it's the blackberry bushes and other
Mhm.
things. Yeah, I think that's definitely a tot for consideration. What else you got?
I was gonna say Carlos had one earlier that I'm going back to find,
Okay.
and of course I don't know if I'll find it in
If you
time.
scroll down in the in the show notes, our chat lackey's got them all in here.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if he's got the one I was looking at. Talk amongst yourselves, right?
So
Okay.
There it is. I
Sparks?
found it now.
Oh,
Carlos said Victory Beers.
Victory beers.
Yeah, that
Yes.
one I like quite a bit. So
That's a good one. That's a good one. I was going to say, Mr. Landsharks, Chris has shared that Cashly is his new tot. It has a special icon for lonely caches, which means they're super safe to find in the COVID-19 era. So
Nice.
that's a great idea.
yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. Yeah. No one's touched them in quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Coon and Bud's favorite tot? A pen.
It is a very good tot.
I consider that an essential.
Yeah.
But I guess it is a pen. I mean, Wits End has a very nice pen there.
I like mine. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And by the way, Coonan Bud also asked about. He's never heard of that battery, the 18650. This is my 18650 flash. This is my daily carry. This is your standard 2 AA cell mini mag light. So you can see the difference there. Happens to be paracord wrap I did on it, but yeah, Land Monkey can tell exactly how big an 18650 battery is, and anybody north of the border, because it's 18 millimeters across, 65 millimeters long, and a cylindrical or O shape. That's the 18650, is what I'm told anyway.
Well, there you go. So yeah, there's the 18650 battery right there.
Yeah, there's 3.7 volts. There's a. I like yours. It's all shiny.
Yeah.
But this one, there it is compared to a AA.
There you go. Oh, that's a great comparison.
So, slightly larger in diameter and length. But
so I've got my 18650s are 3000 milliamps. So as Jim was saying, that's a lot of power in one of these suckers.
Yeah, this one's only 2600, but it still packs quite a punch.
Yeah, and you can get these easily off of Amazon. Of course, getting things delivered from Amazon is a whole nother conversation right now, but
it will happen eventually.
You will eventually get it. And sorry, I'm just looking inside my flashlight. Looks like it needs a little cleaning in there.
Maybe if you follow enough geocachers in the woods, you'll be able to pick up your own.
Yeah, and that
absolutely. And I think if you were the handy type or the salvage type, I think if you were to strip open old cell phone or laptop batteries and other appliances, maybe the tools, the cordless drill types, there are several battery packs that use 18650s as the cells inside.
There you go. Very cool. I see Donna's joined us tonight. She says an essential for geocaching is a selfie stick. There you go.
Hey, Donna,
all kinds of purposes. Yeah. Hey, Donna. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, welcome.
Carlos wants to know if Land Monkey's new book is considered a tot. I bought it, received it, and haven't opened it yet.
Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that that you bought it. I hope you really enjoy it when you receive it. And so here's my copy at home. I think it is a tot. I think it is a tool of the trade that'll help you find all kinds of great geocaches. It's a very location specific tool of the trade for Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. That's awesome. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
GeoNav Pro says an extendable back scratcher. Ask Land Monkey how useful it is.
Because Land Monkey has an extendable back.
Actually, that would be Mrs. Land Monkey who uses the extendable back scratcher. But yes, and GeoNav Pros has one as well, and both of them have definitely retrieved caches from in holes in stumps with them in my presence. So definitely useful tool.
Interesting, because it's got the little
As little
hand,
claws, yeah.
so you could reach in there and scoop and retrieve.
Yeah, and, or flip it and balance it out, or however you're going to do it. Yeah. Fun.
GSM times 2 says a trash picker upper.
Yes, that's a great tot.
Yeah, an extendable grabber of some sort that you can. Maybe that tree cache doesn't require climbing; it's just a little too far. You could reach up and grab it.
Yes. Oh, GSM times 2 is asking if the 18650s are rechargeable. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are all rechargeable batteries.
Yeah, because I'm not sure I've seen any that aren't.
No.
They may be out there. I wouldn't doubt it, but all mine are rechargeable.
Same here. Same.
Yeah. Trexer says they're rechargeable, but they're expensive.
They are.
Well, yes, but you don't need as many.
You don't, and they last a lot longer than rechargeable AA's and dot. So there you go.
GeoNav Pro says a bright light flashlight.
Exactly.
Mine qualifies.
Yes, yours
You use
definitely
portable
qualifies.
sun.
Yours over qualifies. But
If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
You have been known to say that.
I'm predictable.
Keats 94 says I finally found my UV light and it's bagged me 3 UV caches in 2 days. Fun time.
Nice. Well done, Keats. Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, there are several flashlights that are combos.
Yes, there are.
I have a regular flashlight UV light.
I have a pen style UV light.
Okay.
This one is actually from Cache Crate.
Ah, nice.
Where that came in from. And you guys have the combo ones, don't you?
Yes.
I don't, but Chris does, yeah.
I'm surprised I don't have it right here in front of me. I usually do. I've probably taken it because I needed it. GeoNav Pro says his favorite tot is a chat lackey.
Aw, Chat Lackey's getting some more love. Lucky Chat Lackey. Look at him. He's so pleased. Sitting contently in his living room watching the show. Have a beer, Chat Lackey. You earned it. There he goes.
Mrs. Landshark's Helen says I bring gloves, hiking pole, and a nail file.
Oh,
a nail file. Why a nail file?
To file nails.
Yeah, but
it's in the name
for Chris to find the cache.
Yeah. I would think it's a nice little pokey thing.
It could be
to reach in, yeah.
Or maybe if you snag your nail while you're grabbing the cache, I don't know.
Well,
am I being sexist? I have to ask, am I being sexist?
Yes.
Okay. So keep it up.
Please.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Remember, she's closer to you and there's no border involved.
That's right. But nobody can get on the ferries these days anyways. All right.
Helen also says we bring a lot of spare right in the rain log sheets, as some caches haven't been found for months and have soggy loggies.
Oh,
soggy loggies. Yeah, that's a good idea. And she also says hand sanitizer in case the cache was found recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris was talking about finding the lonely caches earlier using Cachely, which is a very cool pro tip there.
Trexer Zero says got me a flashlight with a toggle to switch between flashlight and UV light. Ensures I'm never without UV.
Perfect. There you go.
I gotta get a UV light someday. I bet I could buy one at Landsharks.
I bet you could.
And I bet you could probably use a Sharks 15 and get 15% off.
Let's try that.
What did I see? I saw somebody take like tape and blue marker in a movie, and there it was a UV light. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. You guys don't know what you're doing. Let's see. Just Finding Our Way says, I use a safety pin with a slightly bent tip instead of tweezers, usually. Lives on my GPS lanyard.
It's handy to keep it around there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that would have all kinds of. I was thinking, what would you use that for? And then I started thinking, oh yeah, I can start to think of different things.
That reaches in, pulls those nano logs right out.
That was the first thing I was thinking.
Yeah,
of, logs out of nanos. That's funny.
MC3 Cat says the ultimate Todd is a machete. Kind of like your little chainsaw, but it's a little more work.
We've done some hikes with machetes up here, our hiking group. So
And at craft dinner
The
afterwards.
craft dinner, yeah.
yeah, that's right. You know how it works. Oh, too funny.
Trexer Zero says the keychain pen is a must. Very difficult to be without a pen.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, Donna's thrown out a pro tip here. This is one that I can't remember if we learned it from her or when we learned it, but hand sanitizer removes tree sap. So
I didn't know that.
it's another reason to never leave home without it if you're caching in the woods. So there's a
Okay.
good pro tip.
Nice.
As long as you're talking about pro tips, Dora Morris said a pro tip is no machetes in inflatable boats.
Well,
Oh,
not without a sheath. Yeah.
huh. Well, okay. Well, there goes my next trip.
What else we got?
Bob next says a cordless heat gun, or it's Boomer 365. A cordless heat gun has come in handy, and a ladder.
A
Yeah.
cordless heat gun, like for drying out log sheets, I guess. Maybe.
Yes, that actually would be really nice for drying out log sheets, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Sorry, Bob. I outed you. Now you know your name, and instead of your geocaching name,
He didn't give out his home
apologize.
address or phone number, so I think you're okay.
Okay. GeoNav Pro says bear spray for hikes in the backcountry.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Maybe a bear banger.
Yep.
Somebody said some bear bells.
Yep. In the chat, the whole discussion about machetes in boats. Carlos wants to know if this was learned through experience, and the response is, "I don't want to talk about it." You guys are hilarious. Oh, I love our chat. Oh, all right. Brylang's got a great tot. He threw out here is Mr. Three Hams is his tot on geocache road.
Oh,
trip.
yes.
He's very handy in fixing stuff when he breaks the truck. So,
Nice.
and I can attest to that. There's been a few times I've seen either firsthand or photos of Three Hams underneath Brylang's truck wiring things back together. So
It's like spoilers under the front bumper.
yes,
That was somebody else's truck.
that was me. That was rope to hold the spoiler under the front bumper back up. This stuff happens.
It happens. Oh, by the way, Geo Traveler says the heat gun is for unfreezing caches.
Oh,
So, yeah. Boomer says the cache was frozen ice, and we did draw out the log.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well done. Oh, and there you go.
Time
Time to get your UV light.
I'm gonna have to go shopping later.
Oh, too funny. You guys are all hilarious.
Oh, let's see. Monkey Cake says the camera on my phone, so I can look before I reach into dark areas. I have a picture of a wasp nest that was built on a cache and a guardrail. Needless to say, we did not sign that log.
Very wise.
I believe I've reached into that very guardrail and got stung by, said wasps.
Oh,
You just look and I just did it, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done for the day. I was angry, and the
I
cache
bet you were angry.
friends.
Angry seems like an understatement for that kind of scenario.
Yeah, like an old man trying to return soup at a deli.
There you go. GSM times 2. That's funny. GSM times 2 says his shorter friends take him along and they call him a Scott tot.
Ah,
Oh, too funny.
Oh,
Brylang says that he has used. Oh, never mind.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say Brylang says he's used the Land Monkey, Mr. Three Hams, Casemond, Boomer 365, and Keats 94 all as tree climbing tots. So,
Wow.
Yes.
I'm not caching with the right people.
No, you're not.
Dora Morris's fair statement. Future caching in the Northwest episode. I'm sorry, Carlos says. Episode 350, geocaching fails.
We've had a geocaching fails episode before. Maybe it's time to do another.
Maybe it is.
All right. Well, we can look at the schedule, see when we can fit that in.
Hey, Boomer has a, is it an OGO?
OGO.
MX flight vest?
Yes. That's the vest I've been using for since 2012, since I started cashing.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine in 2009.
Wits end. Somebody got your reference.
Nice.
Oh, an extendable magnet works for retrieving through the bees.
It can, depending on how where the cache is and such, but that's a good option.
You can use lots of things, somebody else's children,
Yeah.
strangers on the trail.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrower. That would be my preferred tool.
What was I going to say? What was the last? Oh, the Ogio MX Flight Vest.
Yeah.
So if people are curious about what that is, if you go to my website, Land Monkey CA, I have a page on the website of all my product reviews. It's called Field Tested, and one of the field tested reviews is on the vest, so you can see all about that vest if you're curious. So there you
Nice.
go. Shameless self-promotion. I'm really
Trek
good at those.
Zero said, I was kicking myself. I didn't have my Ant Plus dongle with me today as I came across a chirp cache.
Oh.
Hmm.
That would be if you're using iPhones, right? That you need the
Well, anything. I don't know many Androids that have the Ant Plus dongle or the Ant Plus built in. That's typically just Garmin GPSs that have that.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so Helen from the Land Shark says we're looking at adding a chainsaw after our outings last week.
Could be handy.
I saw some photos. They're going down some roads that looked like no one's been down them since the winter storms came through. So I can see that being a situation for sure.
IHAM says, how about a P38, aka John Wayne can opener?
Those are handy.
Also works as a screwdriver and useful for prying open rusty Altoids containers.
Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. What's a P38?
I'll find one for you. Just talk amongst yourselves there.
Okay. So while we're doing that, I earlier asked the question of how do we tell the difference between TOTS or carrying the essentials? Keats chimed in and said TOTS are meant for geocaching. Essentials are meant for geocachers and non-geocachers alike to survive the journey. So there you go. There's a good definition.
That's a very good definition.
Yeah.
All right. You got your P38 sorted out yet?
Yeah. Here I found just to the Googles.
Yes.
To the Googles.
To the Googles.
We haven't one moment to lose.
It's a little foldable. You've seen them, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have seen those things around. I didn't realize that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it called a John Wayne?
Probably because he used it.
Yeah, probably he used it in a movie somewhere.
Okay.
But there you go.
They're very difficult to use. At least I find them to be difficult. It will eventually get the can open.
Yeah, they'll work in a pinch. Yeah.
But so will a rock.
I think the idea is the compactness, right?
Yeah. And there's the P51 is its larger cousin. Yeah.
Wow. So because the fact that it has a kind of a serial number kind of number like that, does that imply that it came from use in the U.S. military or something?
According to this, it was developed in 1942 by the Marine. It was also known as the John Wayne by the U.S. Marine Corps.
Okay.
So it was issued in canned field rations of the U.S. Armed Forces from World War II all the way to the 1980s.
Oh, okay. So speaking of that reminds me of one of the TOT/essentials that I carry. Now it's a recent addition to my carrying. And it's a very interesting tool. And I'm just gonna see if I can look up a screenshot on it.
While you're doing that, I'm going to
speak among yourselves.
Jump to Sprouter. Sprouter, good to see you.
Yeah, welcome.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I've seen him since the Dragons game I saw him at.
Oh, it's amazing where he shows up.
I know.
He says, I've used a reflective vest and a clipboard in high muggle areas to look official. Need a hard hat too.
Indeed, I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you get dressed right, people just ignore you.
Yep.
All right. See if I can share my screen here. There we go. You see it here. The Vessel, VSSL. It is
join the newsletter.
Yes, let's get rid of that. It is a multi purpose tool. It's an aircraft aluminum tube with LED flashlight, as you can see they're illustrating there on one end. And on the other end, it has an oil-based compass. There you go. You can see that on the other end. And then it unscrews, and you can put all kinds of supplies inside the tube. And so I've
That'd be a great cash container.
It would be a very expensive cash container, but yes, it would also work as a very good cash container. So anyways, I've also got a review of that on my field tested videos.
Nice.
But anyways, it is a nice combination of the essentials plus plus some tots, and the P38 that you were looking at there. There is one of those inside that.
Oh, there are already some tools inside?
Yes. Yeah. It comes with little canisters with the tools in the little canisters, all nice and neatly organized. It's pretty cool system. Yeah. And they're made right here in the Northwest. The company is based in Abbotsford, the home of GeoWoodstock. And the
maybe the home of Vessel first, and then
and then the home of GeoWoodstock, indeed.
No, I think you had it right.
But anyways, very cool. Moving along.
Jim says an endoscopic camera.
Ooh.
I've wanted one of those for a long time.
Yeah.
There's times just, around the house, I'm like, I want to see what's in that wall. I don't want to make a hole big enough to stick my head in.
Yeah.
But
Kip MacD has one of those. He's brought it out on a geocaching outing before.
Yeah, and they're getting more affordable. I've seen a few on Amazon and things. So yeah. Someday, gonna have one.
MC3 Cat says an extendipole. Got one of following a super high cache in Kent. Basically, it's an extended painter's pole.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Also useful for ham radio antennas.
Very clever. Very clever.
Mrs. Landshark says, we realized last week we needed to start wearing gaiters to keep all the pokey thorns out of our socks and shoes.
Yes, I always wear my gaiters.
They work better than Crocs.
Yes, they might work much better than Crocs. They're kind of like almost the opposite.
I can never tell them apart in the wild, but
that's funny, Jim. Kudos. Nicely done.
I saw a graphic today for social distancing. Just keep the distance of a crocodile between you.
And if you're unsure, go find yourself a crocodile.
Exactly.
At the grocery store, there are signs to keep the distance of 2 shopping carts between you. Yeah.
That's about a gator, right? Good gator.
Shopping. I can just see all these things going terribly wrong. Yeah.
Edward says a metal detector helps to find hard to find caches.
All right. So do either of you guys own a metal detector?
I've never even used one.
I really want one just for other metal detecting items. I mean, okay. Well, I'll take a quick aside here.
Sure.
I had a yard sale a couple of years ago, and a guy comes up and he goes, "Do you mind if I metal detect on your property?" I'm like,
really? Weird.
Sure. He says, "You get to keep whatever I find. I'm just gonna, And I thought, fine. So he started looking, and outside my gate, a couple of foot down or so, he found I don't know, a dozen coins or so that fell out of somebody's pocket, and other little things here and there. And it's like, okay, you're done. This is fun. I've got to run a yard sale.
Yeah.
And he wanted to stay around for 2 to 3 hours going over every inch of my property. I'm like,
well, I guess that's his thing. That's funny.
Go away. Okay.
When you buy a metal detector, does it come with a straw hat, Bermuda shorts, and sandals with socks?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
I feel like you're getting at something, Jim, but I'm not sure what it is.
But I like metal detecting. I think it's fun.
I thought you were going to say I like sandals with socks.
if you are using metal detector, when you find something, you have to say "Holy shamoly." That's I don't know if you get that reference, but
holy shamoly.
Yeah. Or that's a Bobby Dazzler. That's the other thing you have to say.
GeoNav Pros has pruning shears. Somebody asked earlier if they were an official tot.
Okay.
I'm going to start reading these fast. They just keep coming in.
We can stay up all night.
Yeah. We're
Pete
here all night.
says one of the GSM times 2. Last week I learned about bear bangers. We don't have enough bears to worry about it.
Yeah, not in
Or bear
California.
bells. GeoNav Pro's flashlight. How bright though? There's a balance with lumens versus weight of batteries. Starcasher says, I have a heavy duty straight upholstery needle. Sharp point, slightly curved. Great when nano or DNA tube magnet was pushed too far up to sign and you can't get your fingers in to get it.
Very cool. Very cool. We asked about the rechargeable 1865, so we've covered that. Hand sanitizer, definitely a good one.
Helen also carries spare gaskets for bison tubes.
Indeed.
Nice.
GeoNav Pros, of course, bring the caching buddies, but also a 2-meter long stick or a hockey stick to keep the distance. Yep.
Is a hockey stick 2 meters?
Yes. Well, depends on whether it's Zdeno Chara's hockey stick or what, but
Okay.
It's around there.
Okay.
Laser pointer for night caches.
That,
Now, Dora Moore says,
in particular. Yeah.
I wrap duct tape around my walking stick. I've used it to retrieve a cache that fell down inside a pole. Wadded the tape up at the end of this stick and stuck it to the cache.
Nice.
Good. Another way to carry duct tape is to get an old expired gift card, Visa card, and wrap just several layers of wrapped duct tape around that, and then stick it in your backpack, purse, geocaching bag, whatever you might carry all the time. So if you don't have your walking stick, then you've always got a little bit of duct tape.
Very cool.
Yes.
Well, that is.
I have that in my geocaching bag.
It's a lot of
small, lightweight.
Yeah.
And you've got enough tape to do something with.
Yeah, just a little bit of tape. Sometimes that's all you need.
That's a great idea. I learned that one a few years ago from you, Jim, and I do that now as well. It's a great pro tip. And speaking of pro tips, we've had tons of great pro tips and tips on tots tonight on Caching the Northwest. You guys have been fantastic. We're not done. We're gonna go through our closing notes here. Yeah, hockey stick swung in a circle. There you go. That'll keep your 2 meters. We're gonna go through our end closing notes, but then we're gonna go into #FATAS, the after show, and keep chatting with you guys. So don't give up on us yet. We're just getting warmed up.
We're just getting started, so it seems. But folks, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming and listening and being a part of the show with us every week. We hope you stay safe, stay healthy. We look forward to seeing you all in person again real soon.
Absolutely.
So we hope you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest, and I'm going to go by the feedback saying, yeah, you did. Now, next week, we're going to talk about difficulty and terrain ratings.
And we've got a special guest for that one.
Yes.
Ooh,
JT Coffey's joining the show.
All right.
Hooray!
Yay.
And then after that, how to make a geocaching video. Do we know anybody that does that?
Nope.
Okay. You'll have to find someone.
I'll think about it and see if I can find somebody.
All right.
Yeah.
So you
Podcasts don't count, right?
No.
Okay. After that, we're going to talk about, food. Geocaching eats. Geocache road trip eats, to be more specific. But really, you had me at eats.
There you go. Absolutely, as always. And, folks, of course, we want to take a moment to thank Landsharks, our corporate Denali level sponsor. Landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. And make sure to check them out online. They ship orders daily. And as we said, use that code we mentioned earlier in the show to get your 15% off. That's Sharks15, Sharks with a Z. And gosh, we just want to thank all of our faithful Denali level supporters. That's Landsharks, JP's Geo Designs, Limax, Team Squirrel, and Groovy Owl. And if you want to know more about supporting the show, click that Patreon link on the CachingNW.com, a website.
Much like Tick Magnet did.
And Subway Mark.
It's Sege Hove.
And the Camp Clan.
Wet Coaster and Greenwords.
Antaeus.
Genies.
Acrodoc.
Team Noltex.
MC Three Cats.
Broncos fan for life.
The Geo Travelers.
Boomer 365.
CRS 98.
Geo Nav Pros.
GSM times 2.
Machete in a boat, Dora Moore.
Kitty Quest. I don't know.
Billy Robson.
Every week.
Why does Seattle?
B. Pendragon.
Hey, why is Kitty Quest our quietest name we ever say?
You started it like months ago, and we just had to keep it going.
Oh, Keats 94.
T. Sayer.
Kid Vegas 19.
Logwork.
M-Nerve.
Fairwood West.
Highlands Guy.
Kettle Barb.
LG 9000.
Ala Robrick.
Dune Buddy.
Seebeck Tribe.
Trexer Zero.
Sprouter. Good to see you tonight.
Kev MacD.
And our newest one, On a Boat.
On the boat.
All right. Well, I want to get to the after show. Should we just skip all the how to find us because they know us?
We can do that if you want.
He's Land Monkey. I'm Wits End. He's caching in the Northwest. There, done.
The
Next.
You know how to find us. Hey, folks, we thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. We hope you will be part of the show. Call into 253-693-TFTC. Leave us a comment. Ask us a question. Make your own hand sanitizer any time of the day or night. And, of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like this show, click the Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. Give us a thumbs up, or better yet, a review. This show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, and Jay Kennedy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Copyright 2020 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, we ask you to stay tuned for
The after show.
And we've built it up so much, we know nobody's leaving.
Oh, we hope so. We hope so.
Okay, so
The after show.
The after show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we are.
I am asked if anybody else has gotten an Adventure Lab invitation out of the blue. I think if you don't have an Adventure Lab invitation at this point, you're in the minority. They've been coming out like crazy.
I didn't get one.
You didn't get one.
I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Neither of you guys have one?
No.
You're like the only two people I know who don't have them at this point. Everybody's getting Adventure Lab.
Apparently, everybody's not.
Yeah. All the cool kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I've never been.
Yeah, that I'll buy. Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. I'm sure it'll come shortly. I'm sure it's in the mail. Talk to Rock Chalk.
I did, however, get a email from Red Robin saying, "Come get my birthday burger," which was 3 months ago, and then later that same day said, "Oops, sorry, we sent it too early."
Yeah, because for me, they were 4 months early.
Yeah, mine they were 2 months late. So
For Pete's sake. Yeah, and now is the perfect time to go to Red Robin to get your
Yeah.
birthday burger.
hey, we did have Red Robin for dinner just last weekend. Of course, we ate it here at home, but we were supporting one of our local restaurants.
So how
Nice.
did you do that? Did you use the Uber Eats or what?
I personally used the app, and actually I had my family use the app and order it, and you specify what time you can pick it up, and they timed it, so I just scrolling through on my way home from work and picked it up myself. I figured I didn't want to, sorry to deny Uber Eats or DoorDash drivers the business, but I figured the fewer people handled my meal, the better. So
Well, yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
That makes sense. I can see your point on that for sure.
yeah.
So we've gotten some feedback from the chat. So Keats94 is with you two guys, has not received an Adventure Lab invite.
Okay.
So you are the three people I know who have not.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Keats. I like you.
Alan got one a couple of days ago. Monkey Cakes and I have both got one yesterday. Jeannie's got his today, and Edward said his wife got that too. So there you go. There's lots of them getting handed out these days. That's for sure. Except for you three.
Yeah, well,
You guys and Keats. Dora Moore says, if you haven't been finding any Adventure Labs, you might not qualify. That was one of the specifications listed in the email she received. Well, that's
oh, there you go.
Well, I found them. I mean, anyway,
I don't think I ever have.
it doesn't matter.
There you go. Seebeck Tribe says, later, Gagne. I'm wondering if I was supposed to say gang, but it felt a little French.
Yeah.
A later win.
Oh, there we go.
Uh,
Who also got the same
Same
email
email.
from Red Robin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, here, come get it. Oh wait, not now.
Never mind. That's just mean. Keats was commenting that Wits End and Highland Guy also saying that it looks like you're using Chris's interior decorator.
You know, I was just kind of leaving that there to see who noticed, and if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to scroll back. I think Highlands Guy was the first one in the chat to comment on it. Yeah, we were playing around. You can call it a late April Fool's if you want, just an experimentation.
That's what MC3 Cats figured it was an April
Yeah.
Fool's joke there.
Yeah, yeah, I can do a little magic there and jump right back to my own studio if you like.
What?
Wow.
How?
Yeah.
Because he's actually in a TARDIS.
Yeah, it's bigger in here.
Bigger on the inside.
That's right.
Start
Better
Casher.
for social distancing.
Yeah.
It is much better because it also travels in time. Start Casher says he just got home 10 minutes before the show tonight from his longest geocaching day trip. 655 miles driven to get 22 caches in 12 new Indiana counties, including the third oldest in Indiana, which was November 2000. So congratulations, Start Casher.
Well done.
That is an achievement.
Snaps all around for you.
Yes,
And-
snaps.
And take me next time.
Oh my goodness, that's
That's
quite the
impressive.
hashtag geocache road trip. All right, Carlos was doing a rudimentary search to figure out why the P38 is called a John Wayne, but Google was not being his friend. Our chat lackey is also being our math lackey. So Start Casher drove 1,048 kilometers for us.
Oh, there you go.
Thank
Ooh.
you. That is a long
That
drive.
sounds more impressive, but
Yeah.
655 miles is quite enough.
Well, that's more than one tank of gas for me, and
It's more than two for me.
it's the right time to be using up tanks of gas, I guess.
I was talking to somebody, I think in South Carolina, and they had gas at 99 cents a gallon.
Wow.
It was $2.25 at Costco yesterday. I think,
Mhm.
There you go.
here in Tacoma.
What else we got, guys?
Trexer says, seen a lot of new cachers starting to cache these days. Who knew a pandemic would be good for geocaching?
Yeah, I guess families have the little kids at home, and so they're like, well, what are we going to do? Let's get our kids to go outside and touch things that strangers have touched.
And Skookum Bear has seen a ton of new geocachers hiding caches in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Mixed feelings about that, but
Well, you know,
it's nice. You know
Yep.
what they should do? Those brand new cachers should go watch the show Chris and I just did a couple hours earlier tonight on upping the quality of your hides.
exactly.
Geo Gearheads.
CRS 98 says, I finally finished my mystery cache calendar. March 31st was the last date, and I was able to even walk to it from home.
There you go.
Nice.
Congrats. That's an achievement. Well done. Yep. Trexer, is that the one you're
Coon and Bud says gas is 99 cents in Oklahoma.
Wow. That is cheap.
Yeah, gas prices and free access to Indiana state parks made me do the trip.
Oh, so there you go.
Understandable.
Star Cacher.
Sure. Trexer was saying that his public transit based adventure lab has not seen much action lately for some reason.
Yeah, I can
Go
imagine that.
figure.
I quit riding transit to work a couple weeks ago. I love transit. I would prefer to ride it, but right now, just taking a break from that.
Yeah, indeed. What else have we got? Oh, Kitty Quest says, I've been wondering about the whispers. Wonder no longer. The mystery is now revealed.
Basically, we blame Chris.
We blame Chris, as we always do.
Always.
Oh, dear.
Sometimes your words hurt.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We try to do the names differently each show just so it's not repetitive, but for some reason that stuck.
I do recall there was some chat in the last show that people would like to have Len Monkey try to do them all in one breath again.
Oh,
I think we should try.
all right. Well, that's a good thing that Been working out my lungs lately.
And we'll be able to see him turn blue and pass out.
Indeed. I am in the chat said a response to Carlos trying to Google what the P-54 is. He said our scout troop was sponsored by a Marine Corps unit, so that's where I learned the term. So there you go.
And there you go.
So yes, definitely seems to come from the Marines.
Land Sharks just paid 97 cents per liter.
Nice. Yeah, gas is a bit cheaper on the island, at least in some places on the island. Compared to
NAPRO says some gas stations are offering discounts for first line responders. Nice.
That's a nice touch. Yeah.
Cool. I wonder how they would do that.
I don't know. Gas is still $2.54 in Spokane.
So in Spokane, so that's US dollars per gallon.
Correct. Yeah.
4 liters in a gallon. So okay.
By the way, Kitty Quest isn't all that quiet. Island guy.
Okay, next week yell her name.
Kitty Quest.
If you have an employee badge from the hospital, police, or fire, you can get gas at a lower price.
Okay, but you would have to go, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't do pay at the pump for that, obviously, right? Like, you've got to.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out, right? Like, how would you? Because I almost never pay inside for gas. I always
ask first. There will be a sign.
There you go. Well, that's cool.
You just need to show your work ID. Yeah, look at these people. They know.
Yeah.
Oh, she wasn't offended. She was just wondering.
Good to know.
You guys are a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed. It's been a lot of fun. So it got quiet.
Star Casher is caching solo. Like Han?
It is a capital S. So yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so don't take your son. That could end badly.
Wow.
That was funny. Nice one, Jim.
Good.
Just saying.
And on that note, it's time to wrap it up, my friends.
Oh, it is. Folks, we had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for joining us. And until next week, you may or may not be able to get out and get caching in the Northwest.